Hey everyone, in this video we'll be discussing the various riding modes and the other features that the Africa Twin packs in. This is a pretty complex system and it can become confusing for few. So watching this video should help you sort it out. To start with, we have 6 riding modes. The first one is the one that we see here, which is the tour mode, and then we have the urban mode, gravel mode, off-road mode, and then the 2 customizable modes, which is user 1 and user 2. So to start with, we should know that there are 3 different levels for the screens that we see here. So if we go to function and display, and we go to display mode, so this what we see here is the gold level screen. That is what Honda likes to call it. So this is a gold level screen, this would be the silver one, and this the bronze. The way it is categorized, as you can clearly see, is based on the kind of data that they display. This one has the least amount of data and hence it is called the bronze, this the silver, and this will be the gold one. So I have stuck to the gold version for all riding modes, no matter what I choose, but it's up to you guys to choose whatever you like as per your convenience. So this applies to all the riding modes that we have here. So that's a 6x3 combination that you can work out here. Now that out of the way, let's get back to the original screen, which is here under rider information. So we have the gold level of tour mode here. I would suggest that everyone use the same mode because it has a lot of data, and it's always nice to have things to look in front of you when you're cruising along the highway having nothing to do, because this is a DCT model. So the gold level screen will have 4 individual screens under it. As you can see here, number 1 shows the trip A, average consumption, average speed, and the number of liters of fuel that was consumed. You move to 2 and that's trip B, same data, but as you set it, trip 1 and trip 2, it shows the specific data. You move to screen number 3 and it will show you instantaneous consumption, the range remaining, battery voltage, and the date. And then we have number 4. This is where you can actually go in and customize a few of the settings. For example, we have the ABS off and on, which is actually logged for the tour mode, but you can go ahead and change the levels of traction control. The 1 will be the least intrusive and the 7 being the most intrusive. And one thing that many people doesn't know is you can use the enter button to get into the screen, and once you reach number 1, press and hold the toggle button that's towards the left on the left side switch gear, and that will turn off the traction control completely. A lot of people doesn't know this, and the same can be done for the wheelie control as well. W that you see here is wheelie control, which I initially had it in level 1, but if I press and hold the left toggle button, even that gets switched off completely. So unless you are a pro, we don't suggest you do this. And to bring it back, all you have to do is press and hold on the right side toggle button. So that's both HSTZ and wheelie control turned on. And below that we have the G option, which is a sort of a gravel mode, not the gravel mode that you see here, but it's a DCT thing. So what this does is, once you turn this on, the lag between the clutch release and the power reaching the wheel will be minimized. So if you have it off, you might notice a slight lag from when the clutch is released. I'm still talking about DCT, by the way. Yeah. So the lag from when the clutch releases and the power comes to the rear wheel, that is considerably reduced once you turn this on, and this is mostly helpful when you're going through a patch of gravel, and hence it is called the G. And right here at the bottom you see all these round shaped icons, circular icons. This one, P, is for the engine power mode. So 1 is least intrusive, which means you get the most amount of power when you have it in P, and there is no turning that off. So there are only 4 levels of power, 4 being the most intrusive, which is least powerful, and 1 being the most powerful. And right next to that we have the engine braking. So there are 3 levels to it. I have it in level 2 now, 3 being most intrusive. If you put it in 1, you will feel less engine braking. And this T over here is nothing but HSTC, and is the same option that you change by changing the HSTC option. As you change here, you'll see that it changes here as well. G is the same as the option G that we saw here, and ABS is self-explanatory and it is on at this moment. So that was the tour mode. Now we go, okay, first we have to get out of the screen. For that you have to press the back button, and now if you press the upside toggle key, you will get into the urban mode. The urban mode is not so different from the touring mode, except for the changes that you see here. You see that the power has been dialed down a bit, engine braking is still the same. HSTC can be tweaked like we saw in the tour mode. The same goes for wheelie control and the gravel option over there. And the ABS is still on in the urban mode. Now we jump into the gravel mode. The biggest change here is that the ABS goes on to the off option, but you still have ABS in your front wheels. It's only the rear wheels that gets turned off. You'll also notice that the power has been dialed down completely, and the engine braking is at its max, which you will require when you're going through a patch of gravel. And the same G can be tweaked. I can activate it. So that was the gravel mode. Now we get into the off-road mode, and this is where you can completely turn off the ABS. So it's asking, would you like to cancel ABS RR? So I'll say yes. Even though it says off, the front wheel still seems to have the ABS on in the off-road mode for some reason. But then the story is same for the HSTC, wheelie control and the G option. You see that you have slightly more power than the gravel mode. The engine braking is at its max. Traction control can be tweaked like we saw for the other modes. And then we have the G and the ABS. And now we have the user 1 and user 2 options. To understand this, we will have to get into the settings, because these can be completely customized by the user. So we have user modes here. So once you open the user 1, these are the options that you can adjust. So you can adjust the power, engine brake and ABS. And please keep in your mind that if you put the power to 4, it doesn't mean that you get the most amount of power. That is the most intrusive, which means you get least amount of power. So this will be the right option if you want to really power it across the road. And the same goes for engine braking as well. You can adjust it as you like. And ABS also you can switch from off-road or on-road. So once you have all this done, we can make some tweaks for the user 2 as well. I'll put it in 2. And now if we go back and see the home screen, you'll see that all the changes are already reflecting here. So this was a complete walkthrough of all the riding modes in Africa Twin. Hope you liked it. I'll be dropping more videos soon. So please subscribe, like and comment, and also share it with the buddies who own an Africa Twin or who is planning to get one.